One of the keys to scaling any business is automation. Using multiple softwares that I'll talk about in a second, I've been able to almost fully automate my business so that it runs itself once the course is built. And this automated system that I use is what marketers call a sales funnel. A sales funnel is basically a system you build that takes people who've never heard of you or your product, often referred to as cold leads, and through a series of steps, you warm them up to your product and lead them through a funnel to eventually buy your product. So here's a look at a typical week inside the full-time filmmaker sales funnel. There are billions of people buzzing around on social media just waiting for my annoying yet relevant ad to pop up in their feed. And on average, as of the making of this video, I spend $7,000 a week in Facebook and Instagram advertising dollars. And with that amount of money, my ads will be shown to approximately 1.5 million people's social media feeds. Of those 1.5 million people that see my ad, on average, only about 15,000 or 1% actually click on the ad. And once they click, it takes them to a landing page where they can sign up for a free 1-hour training teaching my top 10 secrets to cinematic videos. And approximately 4,000 or 30% actually go through the process of signing up for that webinar. And of those 4,000 people who sign up for the webinar, a little over half actually show up for and watch the webinar. Then of those approximately 2,500 people that watch the webinar, only about 300 or around 10% actually click on that offer to join the paid course. And when they click on the offer, it takes them to my sales page where they can then buy the course. And of those 300 people that clicked on the offer, about a third of them actually go through with making the purchase, which comes out to be around 4 to 5% of the people who watch the webinar actually take the offer at the end and buy the full course. Then of course, once people buy, you have to actually have a good product that lives up to what you said it would be. My refund rate for full-time filmmaker is around 5%, which means 95% of the people who buy end up loving it. So obviously the last step to your sales funnel is to have a great product that retains your customers. Now my product sells for $800, but factoring in monthly payment plans and other things, on average, I make a little over $500 per sale. Times that by 110 sales, and I make around $50,000 a week. If you have a good enough idea for an online course, the answer is to do market research. You first need to find out if there's a demand for your product and what do people want in that product in order for them to buy it. And one of the biggest key indicators that will tell you if there is a demand or not is if you are getting a lot of people regularly asking you questions about how you do something that you're good at. That's how I knew I should build Full-Time Filmmaker, is I was getting hundreds of DMs from people wanting to know how I made my videos. So I knew there was a demand for my knowledge and that it was a good idea to start building a course.
Number 2 is pricing. Number 2 is like finding the right price for your course.
Yeah, that could be a tough one too.
It could be a tough one, and more than that, like a lot of people, in general, most people undercharge. When you're creating your first course, you have this kind of conception that your information is not that valuable. Why would someone pay money for it? So pricing is something we've done a lot of research in, and the data shows, 1, do not price your course under $100. I mean, 97 is fine, 99 is fine, I'm including that as $100, but pricing your course under $100 soon becomes a race to the bottom, where you start creating these courses that people are not even completing because, you know,
not a lot invested into it.
Not a lot invested into it.
Yeah.
So the data we have shows that the more money people pay for courses, the more likely they're to actually watch the videos. There's nothing worse than releasing a course and realizing no one is touching it.
Yeah.
They report higher satisfaction ratings when they pay more, and you get better students. You get students that are investing more in the course, they're investing more in themselves, they're better to work with. So we recommend, you know, kind of setting the price as a base price of $100, with most people finding success. The average price of the top selling course on our platform is about $300. Mm-hmm. So that's a good starting price for a lot of people. But the one exercise we tell people to do is think about what price they want to charge, and it's a leap of faith to double it. It normally works pretty well. A lot of people, their second launch, they raise the price to twice as much, and their conversion rate stays exactly the same. Yeah. So they make twice as much money with, you know, a price that's twice as much. The way of selling an online course is you build an email list of people interested in your topic, interested in your blog, interested in who you are. Basically, build that email list and you launch a course to them. What I want people to do at this step is kind of think about what their goals are for an online course, like how much money would you want to make, and then work backwards to figure out how many people they need in their email list. So the formula we use is, you know, say you want to make $10,000, that's equal to the number of people in your email list, and we tell people to make the assumption 2% of people in your email list will buy, multiplied by the price. So say it's a $300 course, 2% conversion rate. You can then do the math and figure out how many subscribers you need to hit in order to hit $10,000.
Right.
And by doing this, you simplify a lot of stuff, because then your entire approach becomes, okay, let me not worry about anything except how do I go out and get 1,000 email subscribers or 1,500 email subscribers, or how many other email subscribers you need. And that simplifies the entire course launch process, which becomes this, it starts off as an overwhelming thing, but then it simplifies into, okay, how do I go out and acquire 1,000 email subscribers? And we tell people to focus on that number and getting that subscriber base before recording their content. We've seen too many people spend hours recording and building the perfect course, having 0 subscribers, and then they don't hit their goals.
Yeah.
All right, so let's dive into the first income stream that I have for you. And it's first for a reason, because this income stream represents 80, if anything, 90% of my monthly income. And that is selling digital courses. Now, what this basically means is that I have packaged my knowledge on a particular subject. And in my case, my subject is all about helping new coaches create really great coaching programs, teach them how to sell, and teach them how to use Instagram so that they can turn their followers into clients. So what I've done is I've packaged all my knowledge surrounding this topic, and I've turned it into a digital course that can be accessible to anyone who has an internet connection. And by doing this, it has allowed me to create passive income streams for myself. Because when you create digital products, an awesome thing is that you only really need to do it once, unless you're updating the course. But to keep things simple, you really only have to do it once. And what I mean by this is that you'll film the videos, film the tutorials, create the worksheets, do whatever you need to do to make it a really awesome experience for your clients or your students. But the beauty of it is you only really need to have to do it once. And once you've created this product online, you're then able to sell it over and over again to multiple people. What I also love about creating online courses is that unlike creating a physical product, so a physical product like, let's say, this mug that I have over here, unlike creating a product like this, your overhead to create a digital product is really low. And to give you an idea of some things that you might have to pay for to get started is a membership platform. Whether that's Kajabi, Thinkific, or Teachable, this is the platform where you're gonna host the course. Now, obviously, depending on how extreme you want to take your course, you can invest in equipment like a better microphone or a better webcam to create a really high quality experience, but a lot of that isn't 100% necessary. So keep in mind that the fees and the cost to creating an online program is virtually pretty low. And in fact, even if you don't choose a platform like Kajabi, Thinkific, or Teachable, there are a lot of free platforms that'll also allow you to host courses as well. And so, unlike this product right here with a physical product, as an entrepreneur who sells physical products, you're going to need to pay for inventory costs, shipping costs, manufacturing costs for every unit that you need to produce, and that creates a lot of overhead. And therefore, for an e-commerce business, let's say, that sells physical products, you're going to have a lot less of a profit margin versus a digital product like courses or ebooks or anything like that. Your profit margins are going to be very high. And to give you an idea, last year in 2019, my profit margins in my business was about 60%. And that is really big. That includes all the people that I hire, the platforms that I invest in order to keep my business running. But my profit margins were about 60% versus an e-commerce company, their profit margins might be 20%, 30%, 40% maybe if they have really great profit margins. And that's the nature of the two different business models. And so when you have a digital course business or you create digital products, keep in mind that the startup fee is actually quite low. There are so many different courses that exist. And as a matter of fact, e-learning is an industry that is booming right now. And by 2025, it is expected to hit $325 billion. And so this is a really great opportunity to tap into, especially if you already have something that you're really good at and that you're willing to teach others to be good at as well. More and more as time goes on, e-learning is going to be massive. A lot of people prefer to learn online. And even for you watching this video or watching any of my videos on YouTube, you're already choosing to learn online. And one last thing that I want to mention, because we're talking about multiple income streams here, you can be a course creator and charge one-on-one services on the side. So for me, if I wanted to, I could announce to YouTube and I could announce on my Instagram and say, hey everyone, I'm opening up 5 spots for private coaching or private consulting. and boom, I would be able to make income that way on top of having a course that I sell on the side. So you could have both and increase the different streams of income that you have. So again, to give you an idea of the money that I make through this income stream, last year we made $30,000 off of just one-on-one coaching services, and then eventually transitioned to passive income products such as digital courses, which again, like I mentioned earlier on in this video, represents about 80 to 90% of my monthly income.
So the reason I wanted to share that with you is because you don't have to build a course start to finish in order to sell it and to make thousands of dollars in revenue. You actually are able to pre-sell your course. The amazing benefit that you have and that each of us has is that you are the expert in your experience. So your most profitable course lies in a problem you've solved for yourself or for somebody else, an obstacle you've overcome, a skill that you've mastered, a career that you've had and the expertise and experience that came with that, or your own zero to hero journey. i.e., one of my clients is a stylist and she became a celebrity stylist, and she was like, you know what, there's a lot of people who want to learn this skill set, so I'm going to help them learn how to become a celebrity stylist. So that is her course that she created, and she's enrolling students all the time. And it's so cool to see. And it can be on anything. It doesn't have to be on building a business. I've also talked about another client of mine who helps women heal their acne with food. And I've got clients in the dating space, the real estate space. I've got people who teach everything across the board, how to become an accountant, like all the things. Because honestly, if there's a problem out there that can be solved, there's a course that can be made around it, and there's people that are looking to pay you for your experience, your expertise in that solution. So don't get too hung up on needing to have a certain degree or certification or whatever in order to be a teacher and be a course creator.
All right, so first off, I can't emphasize this more than anything else, build something you can be proud of. It's longevity. You'll be happy when you build something that you can put your face on. You know those affiliates who are like, oh yeah, I don't want anyone knowing this is my company? Don't build a product if you can't tell people it's your company. If you can be proud of it and put your face on it, you're good to go. A customer should be able to finish your product within 3 months, right? But not quicker than 1 month. When you have a digital product, when they finish it before 1 month, what happens? Too many refunds. When it takes more than 3 months, what happens? They think it's too much work. You guys can all relate to that. Right? If you tell people it's too much work, are they going to do something? No.